Hey, guys would anticipate and guess and ambush the 2-0 fastball, the 3-1 fastball. And what teams did is used the hitter's aggressiveness against them and started using the changeup a lot more that come in like a fastball and get them way out in front. So my approach to that is you still can't get off the fastball. You still have to look for the fastball, but you can't go up there with the cheating mentality to try to ambush it. You got to be in position and recognize the pitch first. And for me, if they can do that, they'll stay on one pitch. If they don't, then they end up doing the same thing as they get out in front of the off-speed stuff that pitchers like to do and use against you as far as the aggression and get you out in front.
Has it made hitting more difficult because of that?
Well, I think so because, you just can't go up there anticipating a fastball and swinging it out of its hand. You still have to recognize the pitch, but you still have to stay with your approach, which is stay on the fastball in that count, because if you get it, then you can put a good swing on it. A lot of guys maybe have to take away some of the pull side of the field in that situation because, they don't want to be too quick. Some guys have the ability to get there and recognize and still be able to pull a fastball and look for that count. Each individual is a little differently, and you just try to take what they do, into account. And for somebody like a Jonathan Scope that gets way out there in front, he's a guy that you would stay a little bit more to the middle of the field rather than pull. Somebody else like Chris Davis, a little more experienced, he may be able to get in a position to be able to pull the ball without having to cheat to it.
That's one of the reasons I'm assuming that the offenses are down over the last few years, but I would think the other is the bullpen situation. I mean, it is really amazing. I saw a number today where, bullpen innings pitched is way up. There are only like 4 teams who have starters with more inning pitched than bullpen. So, that's so much tougher on hitters, yes?
Well, I think so, and I think that the mindset is that, teams are not wanting that pitcher to go through the lineup 3 times. They say, hey, if we can get a starting pitcher through the lineup 2 times, we're a plus, and then we go to a bullpen that has plus arms, high velocity, high-end stuff, 1 inning at a time. And it's worked out well for a lot of clubs, and that's what clubs have been geared towards, and that's what makes hitting tough because, you get a guy, maybe a finesse pitcher like Rasmus Ramirez tonight, who's going to throw a lot of changeups, breaking balls, and then you go to the bullpen and they're going to, bring in some of the hard throwers. So, it's just an adjustment the hitters have to get to and understand. And I think that the game is going to start swinging the other way where offenses are going to start catching back up to that. It's just one of those things right now where the philosophy has caught everybody behind, and it just seems like nobody can anticipate what's ahead.
A final question, because you just raised something I honestly hadn't thought about. We talk about pitchers not going very deep into games as starters. Maybe clubs don't want them to.
I don't think so. I think that, as a hitter, if you're facing that guy the first 2 times you're over, you at least feel confident that third at bat that you faced him a couple times to have a real good feel of how he's pitching you. When clubs are getting those guys out after the first 2 rounds, then you don't have that opportunity to go third time, and then you have to make the adjustment again because you have a relief pitcher coming in and he's totally different than from what the starter is. So, I think there's a science behind it. I think clubs understand that it's easier to go out there and find 1 inning flamethrowers than it is to find guys that can go out there and pitch 7 innings at a time.
Interesting. Scott, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.